Hey everyone, it's 7:33 in the evening on Tuesday the 14th of January 2025. My day started out really well. I went for a walk with my neighbour. We did like 4.76k, so that was cool. I stretched. I actually did do my stretches that I put on the window. Very happy that I did. My knees are still sore and my ankles a bit. I rolled one this morning. Anyway, what did we do? Right, we went to pick up the caravan. And the person whose place it was at had been really short with Merv on the phone yesterday. I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not. And Merv was like, I got no idea what's going on. She's probably just had a bad day. Don't take any notice of it, because obviously he was driving, so I heard it, right? And then it was a very bizarre phone call. She was quite rude, and then basically said something like, check your messages, why don't you check your messages, and then hung up, and my anxiety just went fucking skyrocketing, right? Because I'm just like imagining this couple the last time I've seen them at the store when I've brought Merv lunch, because you got to remember, Merv works for free, and I just don't think like nobody knows it when they go into this dollar shop, right? And Merv is working, he's not getting paid ever. And not only does he not get paid, he gets absolutely no respect from the person who owns it, who is his supposedly best friend, who I just honestly, the entire situation makes me fucking fuming. Like, it's quite disgusting. Dollar Man's wife is now like booked a holiday, and they didn't even ask if Merv had plans or something on. They just dropped it in his lap and expect him to do it. And like I said, I'm fucking flabbergasted. But today, I was excited to see the caravan, and obviously really hoping that they're okay. Especially since I wanted to ask to use the bathroom. Well, a message came through at 12:30, and it was again really hostile. But this time it was actually directed at us, and it was like, you're late, and what kind of a game is this? We expected to be off the property by sunset. And again, I'm just like absolutely start having a full-blown panic attack. Like, I immediately have to take Xanax, and I'm crying my eyes out. And I'm just, actually, I'm crying, and I take the Xanax, and I'm like, what is happening? So he tries to call, doesn't get through, leaves a message, which they obviously listen to, and then they send the address, because he couldn't remember which turnoff to take. And in the meantime, I've already started messaging back to the message about being late, because I read it out loud to him. And then he's called, so I've been given the phone back, and I've sort of scrolled up a couple, and I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? Like, the problem is that they don't like me. They want to talk to you without me being around. I was like, I shouldn't be here. Like, I should not be in the car right now. Like, I should be at home, and I'm having a fucking panic attack, yeah? And I'm like really fucking crying and trying to calm down, because we're about to get to this property with this people who have been super nice to me to my face, who have actually, in fact, already messaged Merv and said numerous things about me in a negative way. And yet his responses are almost like he's fully oblivious. It's like he hasn't responded to any of what they're saying about me. And they're basically saying that I'm like manipulating him and taking advantage of him, and it's just really fucked up, right? And I obviously don't get out of the car, and I'm conflicted because I've just read these messages. And this whole, 2.5 hour more fucking drive. I'm excited to get there. I'm excited to see the caravan. These people have been so good and nice to my face. But obviously I can't get out of the car. And I'm saying to Merv, I feel so rude, but I can't stop crying, yeah. And I had like a towel behind me for sitting on because of the heat and the humidity up here. But I also had like one of these hand towels. And I was like crying into my hand towel. For bits at a time while wearing my sunglasses and using tissues, texting my neighbour, just saying, oh my God, I can't believe that this has literally just happened. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, obviously I have trust issues now with Merv, and I've told him this, and it's been massive conversations, as I'm sure you can appreciate, because, like, as I've said to him, I went back to the beginning of the messages, which was 19th of November when we were in Melbourne. When we got home and read them, and I don't feel bad for doing that because I always read his messages out loud to him, and he's heard all mine, and we have access to each other's phone. And I said, I read them. I said, every single message has given you the answer as to why they're being like this. Like, I said to him, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if you never hear from them again. Like, they went as far in one of the text messages to blame me for being the reason the house is on the market. And again, these are messages that have been sent to Merv that Merv has not spoken about, told me about, showed me, read to me. Nothing. Nothing until we're minutes away from this property. I managed to stay in the car for as long as I could, trying to calm down. And it's funny because intuitively this morning I just knew I needed to pack the few rolled cigarettes that I still had, yeah? And then when I came out to the car, I was like, damn, I forgot to get the lighter, went back in. And then I had this thought, oh my God, I got my vape. So I was wiping in and out a few times, and I found my vape in the garage. And obviously peed again before we left. And then, it was just this nice day until this happened. And I stayed in the car for as long as, like, they were doing the actual caravan hooking up stuff. Because, they were right behind me. And, But once I saw that all of them had walked away, I got out of the car with my rolled cigarettes and lighter and vapes and walked out of the property and onto the road, right? I managed to light the cigarette and have a couple puffs and have a couple vapes. But by that point, Merv had pulled out. And so I got into the car and I immediately broke. Like, broke, because it just feels so much worse, the betrayal. Because I have told Merv since I met him that I get very severe anxiety when shit like this happens. And if people say stuff about me behind my back, for example, like to him, and he knows these are people in his life that I may come across, I have to know the truth about what they think about me, because everything in the messages points to the fact that I shouldn't have gone. And yeah, I guess in the same sense, I intuitively knew to pack fucking cigarettes. Though, of course, the lighter only worked once, and I didn't actually get to have it until fucking we'd stopped to get more gas on the way back, and I bought a lighter. But, I'm not gonna lie, people. I want to keep living with Merv, obviously. I know we are here to help each other. I know that. I can't be mad and stay mad at him and not forgive him, considering the shit that he's witnessed me go through, right? And I do truly believe it was a very unintentional thing that happened. I know in my soul he wouldn't intentionally hurt me. But this being so checked out of life is hurting me. Because as I said to him, by doing and saying nothing at all, ever, not only has he not helped the situation, but he's effectively made it worse. And I did spend some of the trip home researching like affordable crisis housing, or like rental cabins at the caravan park. I can't quite seem to figure that out. You're either able to bring your own caravan or like purchase a cabin. But I guess I got to do some research, because today I think has really, really fucking woken me up. Just shaking the shit out of me. Because I genuinely really do love living with Merv in the home we live in. I love our home. Everything just works perfectly, you know, with my furniture and his. Obviously, the most ideal outcome is that an investor buys and we get to stay. Not a reality, just a hopeful ideal. But I've been looking at it in the light that I've only got the option of moving into the caravan with Merv. Makes the most sense, it feels. And I was genuinely excited. I was going back and forth, don't get me wrong, but as the guy who picked up our Kirby reminded me, or didn't, I guess re-brought back to my memory, it's like the same chemicals in our brain that cause anxiety also cause excitement. And I remember learning that inside. And I've just been really, really, really trying to focus on the exciting, fun, good things, right? But it was only like 2 hours, 45 minutes each direction, and on the direction there and back. And I think I said it on the way there. I was like, this is just basically what our life is going to be, isn't it? Just driving until we find somewhere we want to stop. And then all the same on the way back. I effectively had the same exact thought, except this time it was like, this is what our life is going to be, and our home is literally behind us. But I am an independent person. And I'm an independent person who is absolutely sick and fucking tired of people making these absolutely fucked up fucking scenarios in their head about me and Merv. I am young enough to be his fucking daughter. How was anyone else looking at it as anything other than that? Daughter or fucking niece, you know what I mean? But Jesus Christ. But today has made me sad in a really whole new level, different level of sad. But we gotta keep on keeping on, right, people? And if you're still here at 15 and a half minutes, that's awesome. If you're not, that's cool. But thank you for listening. I'll just say that Merv and I have agreed that neither of us want to go to bed angry or upset with each other. I have said I'm not moving out of here, and I'm not. Obviously, we don't know what's moving and happening with this house. I just want to live as we did before. From what I can tell, the people whose place had the caravan probably will never enter Merv's life again. He says, based on the conversation they had while he was talking to him, that they were perfectly fine, and with him, they're just really, really worried about him. Do not believe for 1 second that I am just a housemate or a friend. Believe that I am basically a gold digger. I'm manipulating him, taking advantage of him. Merv told me that he tried to tell him that's not the case. It's never going to be the case. It's definitely not the case. And yet they refused to believe him. And they kept saying, yet. This isn't the case yet. Honestly, the idea of being romantic and having sex with Merv disturbs the fucking fuck out of me. Okay, people? And the fact that other people think it makes me disgusted with this world. He was 34 when I was born. Think about that. But I was blamed for it all, including the house going on the market. And that's just a few more things to add to the ever-growing number of things that are happening in my life that are cascading one after another, making me feel like I was right all along. That I need to increase the insurance and just go in a hospital. Because I was so fucking happy, and now I don't know who to trust anymore at all. And I know I said I'm going crazy, but if you read the messages I read, and they were written about you like they are about me, I know you would feel the same. But I want to just wipe this from my mind. Remember that tomorrow is a good and new day. That I absolutely have to prioritize getting my citizenship paperwork in and submitted once the photographers have been at 10. Merv did get the garden and the lawns mowed, so everything is looking good. That is something. And truth be told, people, I've been talking for fucking 19 and a half minutes, and I'm hungry. And I'm thirsty. And my new little invention of Pepsi and raspberry and the freaking Yeti bottle with a straw keeps it fizzy the whole time it's in there. Just a little trick, FYI, if you're still watching at 20 minutes. But I'm going to say that I feel much, much calmer. I do not have it in me to watch anything gory and scary. I've told Merv this. I have put on Dead to Me. I think I've seen it twice. Quite possibly 3 times. At least twice. I watched the first episode and like the first 4 minutes of the second episode, but I'm going to put it back to the start. And then I'm going to, well, I have to send this to myself and upload it, obviously, but it's only 7:54. And then I'm going to eat some food and go from there. Mm-hmm.
Hey everybody, as Liv said, it's been a trying day, and I have put my hand up. I messed up big time, and I need to work on myself to improve myself and get us back on an even keel. So
You're doing good. Your awareness is there, so that's good, though.
I am truly sorry for the grief I've caused Olivia, and
I know you are, darling.
I'm going to work hard to make it better.
You're a good guy.
Just letting you know that if you screw up, I was going to say something else, but if you screw up, own up to it and do what you need to do to get things back where they should be. Our friendship and our mateship is far too important for me to not do something to fix it. So if you're in this situation, own up to your mistake, find out where you've gone wrong and move forward. Be big enough, brave enough and confident enough to acknowledge it and do something about it. Don't let it sit idle. If you do, it will become toxic and it'll end up where we've gone today, which wasn't a nice place.
But we're going to be fine.
We are. We're going to be okay. We're not going anywhere.
We're still here.
As I said, I am genuinely going to work on my problems and my faults to make things right. So
thank you. It means a lot.
Be brave, be out there, be up front, own up to it. Say you're sorry, be big enough to say you're sorry. Don't hide it and move forward. Perfect.
That was well said. You know, I love you.
That's my point for tonight, and I hope it helps somebody out there. So yeah, as Liv said, the night's finished. She's going to do what she needs to do to upload it. But just know that we are going to be okay. We are going to be here. We are not going anywhere.
That is true.
We will talk to you
tomorrow.
Thank you. Have a good night. Cheers, everybody. Good.
We're good. We're good. He's a good man. I know I'm a good person. You are a good person. Please remember that. Good night.